Today, we're spending time with Dr. Kari Palmer, owner of Backcountry Animal and Human Chiropractic in Colorado and a true force in holistic care. Recently named Denver's best equine chiropractor, Kari brings powerful energy and purpose to her work, and in a short time, she and I have built a genuine friendship rooted in that same passion. I had the chance to accompany her on visits with equine clients recently. Today, we sit down to talk about the healing connection between animals, people, and the natural world, coming up next on The Health Revolution. Welcome to The Health Revolution, the show that leads you to a life of vibrant well-being. In a world full of noisy health trends, we bring you clarity through a sea of fads. We reveal the science behind the strategies that truly work. We explore physical strength, emotional resilience, and mental mastery, the keys to an enriched life. See inspiring interviews with the champions who've conquered life's health challenges. Are you ready to unlock your potential to live with vitality and purpose? Then join the Health Revolution. I'm your host, Adriana Morrison, health and fitness expert, speaker, and a mom who understands. Let's embark on this transformative quest together. If you want to change the game, it all starts now. We're starting things off on the beautiful property of Dr. Kari Palmer, where connection and healing are part of the landscape. As her horse Boulder makes his way towards our executive producer, Art Morrison, you can already feel the grounded, calming energy this space holds. And in just a few moments, we'll sit down with Kari for a powerful conversation about purpose, passion, and the bond between humans and animals. So we are here with Kari Palmer, and I'm excited because I've gotten a chance to get to know who you are and what you do, and I think that what you do for animal and human chiropractic care is incredible. So the owner of Backcountry Chiropractic, I'm curious to see how did you get to be a human and equine chiropractor, animal chiropractor?
Yeah. Well, I was an athlete my whole life, and I had back issues when I was a little girl. And so my mom had brought me to a chiropractor, and I was like, this is pretty cool. And I've always been intrigued with health and wellness, but I didn't know how I wanted to approach that for my forever career. So I initially started RN school. I wanted to be a nurse, and then I realized I hate blood and I hate needles. So I figured I need to figure this out. Mm-hmm. And my chiropractor just kept telling me as a little girl, he's like, you really should be a chiropractor when you grow up. And so I got into my undergrad. I hated nursing school, and I just, on a whim of faith, decided I'm going to apply, and I got in, and it changed my path with everything. I've been a human chiropractor now for 17 years, and about 6 years ago, I had my son, and I just felt empty. Like I felt like there was more that I could give, and it was the animals. And I had watched this video one night on equine chiropractic, and it just was this aha moment. And I called the number, and I sat my husband down, and I'm like, I have to do this. And the one regret is that I didn't do it sooner, because it has literally changed my life. And so now my practice is primarily dogs and horses. I still adjust humans. I have a human chiropractor in my office that's helping me out. But our animal side has just exploded.
But there aren't as many equine chiropractors, are there?
There is not.
Okay.
No,
and we're talking nationwide. This is something, is this a newer field that is emerging, or what have you known? What have you learned about this ever-growing field?
I feel like there's just become more awareness.
Okay.
People are asking more questions, and especially in the horse world, jumper barns and things like that, these horses are athletes. And so people are understanding, like, high frequency beamer or magna wave, things like that it's an alternative to their wellness. And then acupuncture, and now they're like, oh my gosh, they have a spine, why don't we do chiropractic on them? And so it has just taken off, and we see such amazing results with an animal versus a human, and so it's selling itself, just like wildfire.
And the one thing that I love about horses, because you and I just gravitated very quickly to one another, the horses have just such an incredible connection to humans when we understand just the impact that they have on our lives. And what have you seen? What's been the coolest thing that you've seen about the human equine connection that maybe many people have yet to get?
Honestly, I think the healing. They can feel your heartbeat 4 feet away. So if you walk into a barn and you have anxiety, that horse is going to feel that. But if you walk into a barn and you connect with them and you know what their eyes mean and what their ears are doing and how they're breathing, you just come right down with them to what we call the parasympathetic, where your nervous system just starts to settle down. And so I think it's the most healing environment you could be around.
Have you always been around horses?
Mainly, yeah, for the most part. My brother was a professional bull rider, and so we just traveled the rodeo circuit. I just did trail riding, just fun stuff, little hobbies. I never competed, nothing like that, but ever since I was a little girl, I think most little girls, I would put a little pillow on the staircase thing when I was a little girl with a little rope and pretend I was riding, so I've always been obsessed with them.
What was your first personal breakthrough that helped you decide, this is the path I'm going to be on, this is the impact I'm going to have, this is the career that speaks for me?
There's a horse named Trigger. He's a Palomino here in Colorado. He was abused, and he was my very first horse. And my brother lives up in Montana, and he had heard about this horse's story. It went nationwide. Everyone knew who this horse was. And he was drugged behind a truck. And everyone told me, be careful, because he doesn't trust humans. I adjusted this horse, and it changed my path completely, because it was the trust factor. I had to gain his trust, and that's where I realized this isn't just about adjusting a horse. This is about connecting, gaining their trust, and by the end, I would say probably 2 months after adjusting him, there's a picture of me laying out in a pasture with him with my head on his tummy, and we were sunbathing. And so he went from humans are terrifying to I guess they're not that bad.
And so that moment when it really just and it had the biggest impact on you, of course. What are some things that concern you as an equine chiropractor that you've seen come up that maybe just really tugs at your heart? What are some things that maybe you struggle seeing or just that has just really opened your eyes?
The biggest thing I think right now, really do your research on certified chiros. There are a lot of people out there that are adjusting horses and they don't have a degree and they're hurting these animals. So I always tell clients, do your research, make sure they actually have a degree, that they're certified, that they have an AVCA certification, because they're getting away with it and they're making us look bad. They're giving us a bad rap. Because when you do a specific adjustment, whether it's a human or an animal, you're going to see a difference. But if you're sloppy, you're going to hurt that animal. And so that would be the biggest thing, where it's like, I'm so passionate about being good at what I do that I don't want that to be overshadowed by someone who's stealing something that's so precious.
Talk a little bit about horses and their ability to sense humans that maybe that their path is a little bit different, that maybe that there are some physical disabilities or neurological disabilities. Of course, you know that I'm an autism mom.
Yes.
And what are some of the benefits that horses bring to families who are special needs families?
Yeah, there are tons of therapy ranches out there now. I have a girlfriend who owns a therapy ranch, and there was a little girl who, her grandparents raised her. She's autistic, high spectrum, and her grandmother had never been able to hug her. And she brought her to this therapy ranch, and this girl, again, she connected with this horse, and these horses know how to love on these children and take care of them. And I see it a lot as well in my career, where these horses, they don't like adults, but if they see a little child, they'll take care of them because they just know. It's like innate. They just know how to take care of them. This little girl learned how to groom a horse, pick their hooves, brush them, put a saddle on, and rode. It's like a 10-minute probably riding session. And when she was done, she ran up to her grandmother and hugged her for the first time. And the grandma just cried. And so that is their every Thursday routine. She rides now, and she has blossomed.
So in the calm bag, it has GABA, theanine, and taurine. So theanine, which is B1, which is also in our B complex, but it also helps with the stress response levels. It also helps with the neurological transmitters in our brain. Combined with the GABA, and then you add taurine to it. Taurine is a non-essential amino acid in our body, but it's found in our heart, our brain, and our eyes. So in my personal opinion, it's very essential in our lives. But taurine has a calming effect as well. When I was battling all my AFib issues, I was taking high doses of taurine because that would help with my AFib. It would help with the palpitations I was having. And it also helped with the anxiety of having the palpitations because I knew what was going on, and so taurine helps a lot with that as well. So those three together create such a wonderful concoction that just really just calms people down.
Introducing Launchpad, the perfect partner to help you launch your dream project to the world. We know that time is of the essence, and we're here to help you make the most of it. With Launchpad, you'll get access to the most advanced digital tools and strategies to take your idea from a mere concept to a fully fledged success. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur or a seasoned pro, we have everything you need to make your mark in the world. Launchpad, your ultimate launch partner.
What would you say to the person who is like, I would love to go horseback riding. I just don't know what to do. I'm kind of scared. I don't know. It seems exciting, but I don't know where to start. I'm not around other horseback riders, but I think it's something that I think I want to try. Like, what would you tell them?
Do it. Absolutely do it. Find somebody, and there's dude ranches. They're great. The horses are fantastic. These horses deal with those types of people all the time. They will take care of you. I would also volunteer. There's a ton of rescues where you need help. There's a volunteer here, or a rescue ranch here in Colorado, and the volunteers come in and they will teach you from everything, mucking stalls and cleaning up horses and putting a lead rope on or a halter. So you learn the basic skill set and then you become confident.
So I have to ask, because I love all the hats that you wear.
Yeah.
I love that you are just such a trailblazer as an equine chiropractor, and just for a human and equine chiropractor, and just for our viewing audience. I know that you recently won an award. Can you tell us a little bit about that? What was your award that you got?
So Denver has what we call the Best of Denver. It's the Westward. So we just won the Best Animal Chiropractor of the Denver Westward.
Congratulations. I
Thank
think
you.
that's absolutely amazing.
A lot of hard work.
Yes. And with all the hats that you wear, you're a mom, you're a wife, you're obviously you're a voice in the equine community. You're a chiropractor who continues to forge your way. What are some things that you do that help keep you grounded?
My kids.
Okay.
I feel like I need to lead by example. And so by showing them my work ethic, it's been such an honor. And they recognize that. And just being out in nature to just connect with nature. I love to camp. I love to hike. I think that's why I love doing equine chiro, because that's my office. I'm outside in the sunshine, and so that grounds me.
So you don't spend a whole lot of time sitting?
No, ma'am.
Okay. There is no sitting. Except
No sitting.
Okay. Except for maybe right
This.
now. So,
This is nice. Thank you for the break.
What would you tell women who are feeling like, I'm getting older, I'm rethinking what I'm doing right now, I'm looking at Kari here and I'm thinking, gosh, she's really getting up and go get him and all of that. What helps you? What are some things that help you continue to redefine who you are so that you are living optimally?
Yeah. I have a dream board.
Okay.
And so I will literally, and if you visualize, you manifest it and it happens, right? I never put a timeline on it, but there's so many things that I've wanted to accomplish in my life. One of them being the best chiro I could ever be, and getting that award is just, that is my validation. Don't give up. That's my biggest thing. Find what tugs at your heartstrings, that pushes you. You grind, but you enjoy the grind and keep chasing that dream. Because that's what fills my soul.
What helps you have an incredible marriage?
Mm-hmm. I think you have to keep dating. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And our dating, we're boring, but
I wouldn't say that. I would not say that you're boring.
Our dating is, let's go camping, let's go fishing. That's fun to us. We don't go out for Valentine's Day dinners. We'll splurge and buy lobster and bring it home, and we love to cook in the kitchen. That's my joy. I want to date my husband. I want to cook with him and talk about my day. I'm known for dancing in the rain. So anytime it rains, my kids are like, Mommy, let's go dance. So I'll grab him and we'll go to the front porch and we dance in the rain.
Oh,
So it's the little things. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get mine to do that and see.
Yes. Keep it going.
Face over here. No, I think that's fantastic. You bring up a good point that there's a level of activity that that integrates throughout your entire life.
Yeah.
And I do feel like we sit far too long.
Yes.
That we don't get out in the fresh air.
Yep.
That helps us get grounded in case if we have moments where we can't get outside, but making time and time blocking for that.
Yeah.
And what are some best practices that you do when you are interacting with those, when you're sharing how equine chiropractic care is with others who are just learning to understand? What are some things that you do to really bring those who are unfamiliar with what you do into your world?
I educate. So I do a lot of demos. A lot of people just think chiropractic is just cracking a back, like moving a bone. So our philosophy is removing the interference of the nervous system. And so when I adjust a horse, they don't have emotional stressors like humans do. We have work deadlines, we have mortgage payments. We're stressed, right? We're in that sympathetic survival mode. When I adjust an animal, they don't have that. So they instantly drop into this parasympathetic of the rest and digest, right? So when a client is asking me, well, how do I know if my animal needs to get adjusted? How do I know if my horse is out of alignment? I can almost always guarantee you I will find a misalignment. A subluxation is what we would call it. And then when they see the release and the relaxation, that's me educating. That's where the light bulb turns off and they're like, oh, That's what you're talking about. So I think the biggest thing is we're not doing a good enough job of education and also getting out there. I think one of the best things that's ever happened is social media as far as growth for what we do, because a lot of people, they want to see the adjustment, they want to hear the adjustment. TikTok has been phenomenal. But I think when they see the results, that's when it's really like, oh, I should get my horse checked out.
Welcome to Renew Laser and Skincare, where beauty meets technology. From laser hair removal and anti-aging treatments to facial sculpting, acne care, and injectables, our expert team helps you look and feel your best with customized, results-driven care. Located in Littleton, Colorado, we offer a comfortable, welcoming space and cutting-edge treatments tailored just for you. Visit renewlaserandskincare.com to book your transformation today. Renew Laser and Skincare, where confidence begins.
Hey, I'm Adriana and welcome back to Fit Bites. Today, let's talk about preventing diabetes, a growing concern, especially as we age. Now, the good news is that with some proactive steps, we can reduce our risk and maintain a healthy lifestyle. Start by focusing on your diet. Choose whole grains over refined carbs. Think brown rice, quinoa, and whole wheat bread. Now, these foods help to regulate blood sugar levels and keep you fuller longer. Incorporate plenty of vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats like those in nuts, seeds, and olive oil. Portion control is key. Eating smaller, balanced meals throughout the day helps prevent blood sugar spikes. Avoid sugary snacks and drinks that can cause your blood sugar to rise rapidly. Physical activity is a powerful tool for diabetes prevention. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate exercise most days of the week. Activities like brisk walking, cycling, and strength training can help your body use insulin more efficiently and keep your blood sugar levels in check. Now, keep an eye on your weight too. Maintain a healthy weight can significantly reduce your risk of developing diabetes. If you're carrying extra pounds, even a modest weight loss can make a big difference. Lastly, regular checkups with your healthcare provider are crucial. Monitoring your blood sugar levels and discussing any concerns with your doctor can help catch potential issues early. Remember, prevention is all about making smart, healthy choices every single day. By staying active, eating well, and managing your weight, you can keep diabetes at bay. Stay tuned for more Fit Bites with Adriana. How do you lead by example in your life for the things that you quote unquote preach in your practice when you're dealing with human chiropractic care, but then also animals? Because I know, we've been using the term equine, but I know that you are skilled in adjusting dogs and and understanding how that animal needs that support. So how do you lead by example? What are some things that you do in your to take care of you personally speaking?
So I laugh because I tell them I canceled my gym membership because I work on horses all day, which is a lie. I still have a gym membership, but I'm glad about that. Exactly. I work out every day. If I do not keep my routine, I think that's the biggest thing. And for women, we tend to overload our plates and we put ourselves on the back burner. And I'm done doing that. Like, I've always made a routine, and if I don't stick to my routine, I live in chaos, and I don't like it. If I have to walk the walk and talk the talk, I have to lead by example. So if I'm telling somebody, get out and be active and start moving and eat well, I have to do that too. Otherwise, they're going to look at me and say, well, you're not doing it, why would I? So every morning I work out. I have my protein shakes. I'm trying to get my protein intake in for the day. I know exactly what I'm eating. I'm food prepping. I'm doing my meditation. One of the biggest, and that's the other thing, if I don't get in the morning, I'm not getting a workout in. But then I'm active all day. I'm crawling on the floors at my work, adjusting these dogs, and then I'm going to barns until 8, 9 o'clock at night, and I'm adjusting these 1,200, 1,500 pound horses. I can't do that if I'm not strong.
Yeah.
And so I have to stay strong and I have to keep my head clear. And if I'm living with chaos in this brain, it's not pretty. You have to connect with those animals. And if you're not there for the right reason. You're not connecting.
Do you think that when you talk to women who maybe as they share their heart with you, that they, it comes up that maybe they're not leading the life that they wish to lead?
Yeah.
What advice would you give them to handle that revelation and what to do next?
It is heartbreaking how often I hear this. They look at me and proudly I ooze my pride. Like I have passion for what I do, and people see that. Especially women, especially young girls are like, I want to do what you do. I want to feel that, because they're sitting behind a computer and they're empty. And that's when I'm like, well, what do you want to do? Well, I've always wanted to do X, Y, Z. Well, then why aren't you? It's like, start now. I regretted not doing it sooner. Like, don't wait. And I understand that there's probably always a time and a reason. So it's like, it might not have been the perfect timing then, but maybe it's perfect timing now. And it's going to work out exactly how it's supposed to.
What are some leadership skills that you think are essential, whether you are a human and equine chiropractor or whether you're someone who's leading in the boardroom?
Communication. I used to be really bad at that. I'm one of those, if it's not done by me, it's not done right. And I would just shut down and I would just push through and trailblaze. I've gotten much better at delegating and letting people know, I need this done, I need this done, I need this done, and this is how I want it done. And I would delegate, but if I wasn't communicating that, I would get frustrated, right? And it was kind of like, I felt empty when I was just doing the human chiropractic. Like, finally, when I said it out loud and I was honest with myself, that's when things started to change. I was like, I actually just said that out loud. I just heard myself say, I'm burnt out and I'm not happy. So when I can communicate with myself and believe in what I'm saying, it just became so real. So that would be the main thing, is communicate. Talk about it.
What plans do you have in mind to continue to improve yourself as you're moving forward? Like, what are some things that you want to implement to take care of you and be better than who you were yesterday?
Yes. The biggest thing, and that's an easy one, balance. I overload myself all the time. And I promise my kids I'm going to try to find help. That being said, just like I said 2 seconds ago, delegating. Last week I just hired a new equine chiro to join the team. I'm putting another chiropractor through Animal Chiro school. She's going to help with my dogs. And I will be home at 5 o'clock and not 9 o'clock. So to better myself is the quality of life that I want for my kids. Like, when I commit to something, I'm committing 110%. And I feel like I've given that to my career the entire 17 years. And now it's time. It's time to balance better and have boundaries. That's been a really big problem for me, is I am a pushover and I'm a people pleaser. And to work as hard as I have to get to where I am today, I don't feel bad now setting a boundary. Because if that client can't get in this week, not my problem. They'll come back.
How do you shut things down at 5 versus 9? Because sometimes, I'll be honest, for me, it's really hard to shut it down. And it's just, I feel like, I just got to hurry up and finish this, or I got to hurry up and finish that.
Yeah.
What helps you shut it down? Like, what? The world's going to still rotate. We're going to be fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
We're human. We're working on that part still.
Okay.
Goals. That's on my dream board. Goals.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Yeah. can't wait to paint my barn.
Love this.
Hi, Jack. Hi, Daniels.
Okay, so I'm curious, what would you tell our viewers who are not from Colorado? What are some things, what are some misconceptions about Colorado that they don't get?
The one thing that I hear all the time is, wow, you're not in the mountains. When they land on an airplane, they realize, no, you have to drive to them. So that's one thing. Denver is right on the Front Range, so it's a little conceiving. You don't know that you're not in the mountains. And so the winters here are just a piece of cake. Like I said, the snow melts by noon and we get 10 months of summer and fun time.
What are some of your favorite areas in Colorado outside of Denver?
My favorite mountain town is Crested Butte. I moved to Colorado for Crested Butte. So when I first had my daughter, she's now 4, that was the first place I went.
What advice would you give people visiting Colorado that would be important to know?
Layers. Dress in layers. We call it bipolar weather here. So there's going to be rainstorms that last 10 minutes. Just wait. They'll go away in 10 minutes. But also it's going to be sunny and then breezy and then cold and then sunny again. So I always have a tank top, a long sleeve shirt, and a sweatshirt.
Wow. That's awesome. Well, Kari, I really appreciate your time. Just spending time with you. I know that already you're a dear friend of ours, and I just wanted to make sure that we had the opportunity to highlight what you do so that our viewing audience has a chance to get to know you. So thank you for being on the show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. It was amazing. Layers. Dress in layers. We call it bipolar weather here. So there's going to be rainstorms that last 10 minutes. Just wait. They'll go away in 10 minutes. But also it's going to be sunny and then breezy and then cold and then sunny again. So I always have a tank top, a long sleeve shirt, and a sweatshirt.
Wow. That's awesome. Well, Kari, I really appreciate your time. Just spending time with you. I know that already you're a dear friend of ours, and I just wanted to make sure that we had the opportunity to highlight what you do so that our viewing audience has a chance to get to know you. So thank you for being on the show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. It was amazing.